Hey, it's Brittany. Welcome back. I'm in my office to go over the My Disney Experience app, the Walt Disney World My Disney Experience app. I did a more in-depth overview video of the entire app in July, I think, of last year, 2023, and I'll link that down below. But this video is going to be about the changes that has come to the app since then, as well as I've had a lot of questions asked on that video, which I absolutely adore. Please ask questions if you have questions. I'm here to help. I'm a former Disney cast member that went through training sessions on this. I was a cast member right when Magic Bands were coming out. So we really had to learn the basics and everything of this. Now I'm an annual pass holder and live here in Florida. So I deal with this app all the time. But I got a lot of different questions from you guys. Also in 2024, there is a lot of changes to this app. So I just want to go over everything. And if you're looking for an overview, click down below. But I do think there are a lot of tips in this video if you continue to watch that you will need to hear, especially if you're going to Walt Disney World in 2024. If not, please view the video down below or ask any questions in the comment section. And I try to answer them as soon as I get them. If I see them, I will answer you. Sometimes lengthy answers, but I will answer because sometimes things get a little confusing, which is why I want to make this video, because some of the questions I'm writing like 3 paragraphs when I honestly, it's just sometimes easier to talk to you guys. So the first question that I got constantly is, how do I add my kids? Can I add my kids? Should I add my kids? Should I give them their own accounts? Should I be the manager of their accounts? Great question. Kids under 13 or under cannot manage their own accounts. Now, you of course could say your kids are older than that if they have phones, etc. I wouldn't. I feel like Disney knows. But kids 13 and under cannot be in charge of their own accounts. Nor, I feel like, would you want them to be in charge of their own accounts? I don't know, though. It's up to you as a parent. Again, you could always fudge the age if you really wanted to each their own. But on the app, it says kids under 13 and under is not allowed to be in charge of their own accounts. Now, let me go on here and show you how to add your kids to your My Disney Experience app as the parent or guardian of your children. So let me start my screen record. So I'm here in the app. You can see, hey, Benny, cool. You're going to come over here and you're going to scroll to these 3 little sandwich here on the bottom right-hand corner and scroll all the way down to my profile. And you're going to see the family and friends list. So I'm going to click on this and go really, really fast because I don't want to show you all my friends and family, because I have a lot of friends and family that I definitely don't think they want their names out on the internet. So I'm going to click it really fast and try to scroll down. So if you see down here, you can say, no, keep my family friends list private. I don't. But the add a guest is what you're going to want to click on. So let's see if I can do that real quick. So add a guest. You're going to see, I might have to edit this down, but you'll see enter name and age. That is how you can enter your children. So you can hit their name, age, blah, 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 blah. And if you see all the way downstairs, it says guest under the age of 13 can't manage their own plans. You will be the manager for this guest, which is awesome. Brienne does this with her girls. You've probably seen it. Well, no, you probably haven't seen. Well, no, we've scanned it on camera, where sometimes the girls will lose their magic bands and Brienne will check them in because she can get their passes up on her phone and scanned for the girls, with the girls, etc. So this is also really handy. So when we want to make reservations and stuff, she's in charge of the girls. So I can actually see the girls. So let's just finish this. Hold on. So another thing you can do is scan their linking code, which if you don't know what a linking code is, all you have to do, here, I'll do it real quick. So scan the linking code, or before I scan the linking code, you can find through connected guests. So that is where you're going to see a lot of different friends and family of the people you are already linked to, which is actually really helpful, which is another way you'll be able to find. So like when I added Brienne to my friends and family list, I saw that everyone she was friends and family with, which is when you saw in the beginning where you can hide your friends and family list. That is how you hide it from other people. Like how I could see everything she was connected to. If you didn't want people to see that, you hit that hide button and it'll hide from other people. So that's how I found the girls. So that's something you're gonna want to turn on. So like when I first became friends with Brian, I wanted, Brian, and I needed the girls because if I make a dining reservation for all 4 of us, I need them attached to my account. So literally I added Brianne and she said, public for friends and family list, and I can literally see her entire friends and family. But all I did was add her and her girls. So, and then basically you send a code and they will like say accept in an email. So it sends it to Brianne, being the manager of the girls' accounts. She has to accept the offer or like the email to become on my friends and family list. So it's not like it just like automatically happens for a kid's page. I think even I had to accept her and she had to accept me. But it sends a request. So don't think it's just going to like, great, anybody can add your children. No. They'll have to accept the request. Don't worry about that. So that is how you find kids that are 13 and under. You'll be able to connect them, or your friends and family can connect them through adding them to your friends and family list. I know, this is confusing. So how I even added Brianne in the first place was scanning her linking code. So let me go back to this page. You can see my profile, and you'll see my little character up here. It's friends and family list. If you click on the right button, go down, it says show my linking code. So this is great actually. It's just like, just a moment, this is going to show your linking code. So this is what you'll want to go back to where we just were and say scan a linking code, and the person that you want to link with has to show you their linking code. This is the easiest way, in my opinion, to link with another person, because you just scan it and it instantly sends a request and adds them, blah, 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 blah. So that's a really important thing in order to link with other people. And if you have kids in your party and you have a parent over multiple people, that is how you can find them and add the entire family, not just the adults in their accounts. Again, really confusing. A lot goes into it. I apologize if that is still confusing. It's a lot. I totally get that it's a lot. But basically, yeah, that's how you do it. So you would go to my profile, family and friends list, scroll all the way down, add a guest, scan their linking code is how it works. If not, I mean, I really do think scanning the linking code is the only way. You can manually enter the code, so the person can send you their code. When you go to find my linking code, you can also have that person just send you that number, and that's how you can link it if you're not like with them to link their code. So kind of confusing. I'm very sorry. I did not make the app. Another question that I constantly get is if I have a ticket, if I purchase a after hours event, say a Very Merry Party, any of the parties, Jollywood Nights, Not So Scary, or an after hours event, how do I know that I have that? How do I know it's linked to my Magic Band? Do I have to do anything? Hopefully no. If you log into your My Disney or your Disney account, which is usually what you have to do in order to purchase a ticket, as long as it's the account that's connected to your account, you should be fine. It should automatically link, and it comes to tickets and passes. I buy the tickets for Blaine and I constantly. He's linked to my account and my friends and family list. So if you're buying tickets for multiple people, they need to be in your family and friends list before you buy the ticket in order to get it connected properly. So I buy the ticket and it shows up in the tickets and passes section. If I click on this, you'll see my annual pass. No offense, I don't want y'all to steal my annual pass number. But it'll all show up here. So all of the tickets that all the parties I went to all showed up here. And if they show up here, it'll immediately be on your Magic Band. You can scan in like normal, like nothing's happened. It worked for me every single time. You'll see it show up with your annual passes. And you'll also be able to see your family and friends tickets as well. So as long as it shows up on your My Disney Experience app in tickets and passes, you'll be able to scan in just like regular. No need to worry about it. If it doesn't, I would call Disney. I would call Disney. They will probably walk you through way easier than I could, because I've only done it once and it was interesting. But also if you're here on property, or if you wait to get on property concierge can help you, or a cast member at Disney Springs at the ticket center or the information centers. They can help you figure that out and sort that out with you. They are properly trained. they can work magic. So don't worry. Even if you can't figure it out before you get on property, still come and just go ask for help. I promise it's worth it. Tickets, kids. I think that was all the two of the main questions that I like constantly got from people were that. Something that was, let's go into what's changed for 2024 real quick. And if I forget a question, I'll come back to it. But something that has completely changed, at least the way you can go about it. It's not completely changed, but it's actually, in my opinion, gotten better. You can now, dining availability is different. You can now look at, and it goes through different parts of the day. Instead of just choosing one part of the day, you can say all day, which is fantastic. So let's go here. It was tweaking out a while ago, so hold on. Let me see if I can make it not tweak out. Pause. This happens quite a bit too with this app, so I'm not really surprised. Sometimes you just have to close out and reopen it and see if that works. This one did work. So you can come in here, you're going to see all day, morning, afternoon, or evening. So I like to click all day because sometimes I don't know exactly when I'm going to get to the park. But now you can literally see it's broken down to lunch, dinner, and breakfast if they have it. You'll be able to see that for everything, which this I think is just a lot smoother to look at. It is a little different to the interface. It was not that much different, but it does, in my opinion, offer a better view of literally all of the times during the day that you will be able to eat at said restaurants. You can also filter in between locations, table service, dining locations, cuisine, price range, dining plan. Also, the Disney dining plan is kind of coming back. I know if you have Disney Plus, and I think you book a 5-day stay on property with tickets, you get the Disney dining plan. It's something like that, so you have to look it up. If you're interested in it, if you're a Disney Plus subscriber, I would look into it if you're trying to make a vacation for this year. All the details are online, and that's easier to figure out. But yeah, you can make a bunch of different options for it, and then just apply it and see from there. Be careful sometimes if there's not enough reservations for that specific time, for that specific park or section, they will start to filter in other reservations from other places on property. So just be aware if you're looking for something in a specific place, you're actually booking a restaurant at said place. It can get confusing. Also, if you're trying to find a reservation at Disney Springs, some of those restaurants are not Disney owned. They may be on Disney property, but they're not Disney owned and operated. So you'll have to, what I do, like Summer House on the Lake is one of those. It's the newest restaurant at Disney Springs. I literally just Googled it, and on Google it'll say reserve a table, and you go to open table and reserve a table for free. I used a Google account. I think you have to have a Google account in order to use that system. So just be aware that that is the way that some restaurants at Disney Springs do reservations. It will not be on the My Disney Experience app. Yes, very annoying and frustrating, but wanted to let you guys know that because some people have been like, wait, why is this not on here? And I'm like, it's not on here. So be aware, sometimes you have to Google the restaurant, especially really at Disney Springs, and use Open Table to make that reservation, which sometimes is really easy. I found it easy. For our Summer House on the Lake reservations, it was really easy. Something else that is completely different is park hopping. Park reservations is different now. Woo! It's starting to come back to normal, but now the way that you will make and modify a park reservation is different. So let me open this up for you guys. I think it's gonna make me log in. Book a park reservation. I'm gonna find myself. Continue. Now this looks a little different. So you can clearly see there are some green circles, which are the good to go days. If you click on it and you come down, it says no park or no reservation required. View details. Let me see. This is a good to go day. Great. So therefore, you do not have to select a reservation for the day. You can show up whenever your heart desires at any park your heart desires, which is great, which means virtual queue stuff should be open to you guys. I have not tested this yet, but it should be open to everybody that day, which could make going into a virtual queue line that much harder for the passes and the days that are the good to go days. So be aware of that if you're trying to get into a Guardians or Tron queue. That might be hard. But even on these days that aren't good to go days, if you select your reservation, as long as you go to your, say you're there at 10 a.m., I want to go to the Hollywood Studios, You scan into Hollywood Studios, you stay there for 30 minutes, you ride Star Tours, you go, I want to go to Magic. You can now park hop whenever you want as long as you've scanned into that original park that you have made a reservation for. People thought reservations were going away completely. They have not. Reservations for selected day park tickets, like you bought a ticket for tomorrow, like the actual day of tomorrow, a 1 day ticket. Now you can park hop, or now you can make reservations. You don't have to make reservations for that day, if that makes sense. It's not all passes, it's just like the actual dated park tickets. Very confusing. It's confused a lot of people. It's even confused me. But I think I have it good to go. So I just wanted to let you guys know that now the green circles will show up. I think that's just for annual pass at the moment, but keep an eye out. I know things constantly change. One more question I got constantly was, how do I get in a virtual queue? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I will show you guys. Go to your homepage, scroll down past the times of the parks being opened. And then it says request access to virtual queue. You're going to join the virtual queue. I can't talk. Right now, Magic Kingdom has Tron and Epcot has Guardians of the Galaxy. This is how something that happens 2 times a day, 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. 7 a.m. I usually wake up at 6:55, 6:50 to be ready. You're going to want to go into the app and get yourself ready. And by get yourself ready, I mean you're going to want to go in and select your party. The app will show you who can and cannot be put in the queue. So it'll be grayed out. It says no one's eligible to join the queue. Or you'll see people who you can click on that says it's eligible to join the queue. Those are the people you're going to want to pre-select before 7 a.m. or 1 p.m. And get ready to just hit refresh. Because you're not going to want to wake up, open that, have to hit the people at 7 a.m. and go. You're going to miss it. It's going to be gone. Like, it's going to be gone. You're going to want to prepare. Now, you might get lucky, but in my instance, like, you need to be up a little bit before. Pre-select your party, and so you can just be ready to just keep refreshing and hitting that in order to get your queue. Also, people have asked, what if multiple people in my party try at the same time? That's fine. You can totally do that. Still, only one of you will be able to grab it, but 5 fingers going at it is better than 1, in my opinion. Everybody else will just kind of be like, it didn't work, and then the one person it will work for. So Bria and I have done that, and it'll be like, you didn't get it, and I'll be like, did you get it? She's like, I got it. So, or you won't get it. You never know. I would just keep refreshing though, to figure that out. If you were also looking for like Guardians, I've done this for Guardians. I went to buy an individual lightning lane, and when I get there, there's no lightning lanes available. I've hopped on the app and just kept refreshing. Some people cancel it. Sometimes they add more, and I was able to snag them for the whole party. Whoa, my computer. Snag them for the whole party. Sometimes just have to refresh that. Same thing with dining reservations. That's how I got my Space 220 reservation. I sat on the couch for literally an hour and was refreshing every like 5 minutes. And stuff just popped up. So it really just, if you have the patience for it, you can probably usually get what you want. Sometimes cast members are great. Also, Tron, they're still very strict with your return time. You need to be returning within the time. Guardians, I've gone in like 3 hours after my queue is called. Mostly, I think it's up to the cast member to let you in. So I wouldn't say like, oh, rule of thumb, you can go to the Guardians whenever you want. But I've heard a lot of people be able to go on Guardians after if they've missed their queue call. I'm not going to say do it, but it's worth a shot if you do accidentally miss your queue call or your hour to come back. I would go ask a cast member at Guardians. They can accommodate. But I'm not going to say it's something you can do. I would say for all virtual queues, try to get back within your allotted time window. I do know that Guardians can be a little lax sometimes, so it's worth an ask if you're on vacation down here and literally just missed it for some awesome reason that you missed it and you really want to go in Guardians. Ask a cast member, go and try, because I've heard a lot of people are able to go in after their time. Tron, I've heard, is still very strict. But like I said, don't be rude to cast members. They might not let you in if you have passed your allotted hour. That is technically your fault. You missed it, unless you have a great excuse. Be nice. Ask nicely. A lot of things happen if you ask nicely. But that is something that I have personally done, and they let me in. But I still think, rule of thumb, come within the hour that you can come back with. please, and be nice to cast members. Let's see, is there anything else that has changed or I wanted to talk about in this video today? I don't think so. Like I said, oh, one thing that has also helped me is you see this future plans. When I book a reservation for something or a lightning lane for something, I like to check these future plans to make sure it's actually gone through. Also, something I said on my live stream was screenshot every confirmation screen you get when you book a lightning lane or buy Genie Plus or even getting the queue of Tron and Guardians. Screenshot that screen. The app sometimes can mess up and you need proof to show that you purchased said thing or are in the queue. That's actually happened to me where I was in the Guardians queue and it just disappeared off my Disney Experience app. I was lucky enough that I know just screenshot it, and I screenshotted it. I ended up taking it to guest services and they were able to give me a lightning lane basically to go on the ride because I was in the queue. And I said like it disappeared because you can clearly see the timestamp on your phone. Now again, it might not work for everybody, but it definitely helped me in my situation to be like, I had this virtual queue. I got up at 7 and I got this darn virtual queue. So if you're gonna do all that work, you go on the ride that you need to go on. So screenshotting even like dining reservations just in case, which I know that this has happened to me, just in case the app goes down. Also, something that I'm gonna add, being a previous PhotoPass photographer, if your photos aren't showing up within a few hours of you getting them taken, that is fine. Sometimes it takes up to 24 hours. After 24 hours, you can call the PhotoPass line online or go to a PhotoPass location in the parks. Each park has their own PhotoPass station and ask, where's my photos? Photos sometimes get lost. Stuff happens. We have technology that we can find your photos if you know where you were, around what time and what date you took said photos. I've actually done that as a cast member before, so that's how I know that it exists. But yeah, I think really that was all I wanted to tell you guys in this video. I know there's so much to this app. Again, if you want a more in-depth overlook of the entire app, watch my video down below. If you have any questions, comment down below on this video, comment on that video. If you still can't figure it out or I'm not clear enough, please message me. Again, I try to message back as soon as I possibly can. Sometimes it's a paragraph forms because there's so much to explain, but I'm here to help you. I want to help you have the most of your Disney vacation. I know this app is confusing. There's so much to it. So before you even get on property, I want to help set you up for the most successful Disney vacation that I possibly can for you, your friends, your family, etc. that are coming down to enjoy Walt Disney World. But I hope you learned something from this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye!